moving on to other transfers now. Ollie Hotchkiss's loan deal expires next week. You must be looking to renew that.
I'm looking to renew it with salt and pepper on, to be honest. The young man has certainly done us a tremendous role. He's played very well for us. We've managed him very well, and he's got a spring in his step right now. He's playing regular football, having been at Leeds United, doing very well at the moment, Leeds. So it'll be a great capture if we can secure Ollie, and I know the young man wants to stay. He's expressed that desire in the tabloids as well as on here on mansfieldtown.net, and I'm in constant contact with Ollie and his representative. He's a very talented young player, and I feel if we can get Ollie's signature, one thing he'll enjoy is his football, and secondly, he'll fit straight into our dressing room on a permanent basis, and I hope to extend his stay not just for this season but for the season after.
Are you any closer to capturing any of the defenders that you've targeted?
Well, that situation takes time, because you're not just talking about a young boy in a reserve side. You're talking about a player that's played at this level or maybe higher. And
a veteran?
No. I'm not interested in anybody past probably 30, 31, because I feel that in the centre of defence, and certainly in defending areas, you have that flexibility, and you must have a little bit of pace about you, whether it's a senior player or a younger element. But I think we need a bit of experience in there. But I'm not looking for a chap to come along here and just have another payday. That's not what we're about. I've said that before. But there are one or two clubs interested in the players that I've gone for, and we're trying to compete with those. And if we can, albeit great, but if not, then we've certainly got a capable defence already. But you're always willing to improve that and keep players on their toes. I feel that players sometimes get in their comfort zone, and even when you've got, if you've got more issues than Jeremy Kyle, I can't do anything about it. But what I will say is that I want players here to come with a clean bill of health and come here for the right reasons, and not just here for an easy money or easy ride. And you got to want to fight for the place.
And is it just the defensive area that you're targeting, that you're looking to strengthen?
Good question. I feel that there's 2 or 3 players out there that if I can secure one of those, I'll be delighted. But the defence is certainly an area where we're short, and given a suspension or an injury or two, then I don't want to leave us that short. I'm in great contact with the chairman. We know where we want to be, but we're managing that in a pragmatic way and certainly in a professional manner. And there are players out there that are out of our reach. We know that. That's no problem. But we'll do our best to bring in any type of quality that we can. And I'm delighted with the players we have in the dressing room, I must say that. There's been, over this winter period, there's been a tremendous togetherness amongst the boys. And after the last game against Cambridge, the boys are itching to be on the training ground, and look forward to the forthcoming games.
What are the other areas then?
You wouldn't leave that alone, would you? Well, in midfield we've got an abundance of quality. So maybe a wide player, because Louis and Jake, given Darrell's departure, can play off the top, certainly. So you may be looking for a wide player. Delighted with Andy Burgess being here. Delighted with Ryan Williams. Tremendous person, great club captain for us. So, whilst Jake and Louis are doing a tremendous job on the right, and they're a real threat with their pace and power and strength, that may be an area that I might have an adventure into. We'll see. It depends on availability, but we'll do our job quietly and assuredly, and look forward to, if we do welcome somebody in, then great. If we don't, then no problem.
And what about today's cancellation? How does that affect you?
It affects us because we wanted to play, of course we did, but the boys were in for training, and obviously we'll fight Luton another day. We were certainly looking forward to that match, and I'm sure the fans were. So it's a disappointment, but disappointments are only measured by how well you're doing, and we're doing very well at the moment, and we're very pleased with where we are. But we want to push on. But the boys are training hard, and I've had no qualms about the levels they're at. And would have had a couple of days off due to the weather. We're not dissimilar to anybody else, and there's lots of managers. I spoke to one manager yesterday, he's stranded half the way around the country, and he can't even get the training. So, for me, I'm delighted to be in the club and working hard and on developing situations, perhaps, and dealing with the current squad. They're a wonderful bunch to work with.
with the cancellations up and down the land, it will mean for everybody in the Blue Square Premier, almost everybody, that there will be a backlog of fixtures now towards the end of the season. Really, it'll be a test of the strength and the depth of each and individual club's squad, won't it? Surely that'll be the test.
It'll be a huge test, because it will be a pile up of fixtures, and then you're going to get suspensions, you're going to get injuries, and it'll be those that can cope with those, and you're going to need discipline. This is one aspect that I feel that we must look at. I mean, other clubs will fall away from that, but discipline on the pitch as well. We'll make sure that we don't pick up silly bookings. But yeah, it will be a test come the end of the season, and there's some very spicy games. I'm looking forward to those. But we're doing whatever we can to make sure that we've got a healthy squad and dealing things in a sensible fashion. More importantly is that when the snow falls, where does that water go? So I feel that there are issues that we need to look at. Is that we might have to clear the pitch so that water doesn't drain onto the pitch, because our pitch wasn't in the bestest condition. I think the little bit of frost we had prior to the Cambridge game helped it a little bit. It helped it firm up. So I'm working hard with the groundsman Mike to make sure that we can when we are playing, the pitch is in just as important condition, because when we're getting the ball wide, we want to be able to pass the ball and play certainly the ball on the base if we can.
Finally, of course, January, it signifies the transfers, and of course that's the most interesting thing about this month, certainly to the supporters and the media. Final question then, Gaffer. By the end of the transfer window, how many new additions do you expect to have?
Maximum 3. I'd like to think minimum 1. But we'll see. Again, things can change. Availability, again, it will come into it. And patience. Patience is always the key. A lot of clubs go rushing in and pay hefty fees for players when it's unnecessary. But other clubs' issues are nothing to do with me, and I'm not really worried by it. I keep an eye on it, but likewise we keep our shop in order, and we're looking to make sure that the players are fit, available, and certainly ready for the fight come the Wimbledon game and the games after that.
Any going out the door?
Who knows? Who knows? The phone, I've had a few tentative calls about a couple of players, but I'm very happy with the squad. So the fringe players, of course, the boys that have not been playing regular football, they will probably want to get an opportunity. But there's, I'm very happy with them, and whilst I respect the fact that they want to play first team football, the boys that remain here are certainly up for the fight. They want to pull on the Mansfield shirt with pride, and they want to play for our very good fans here, and they want to play for this football club.
Weekend off here?
No, the boys are in training tomorrow, Steve-O. The boys are doing a very nice spinning session.
Thank you.
Pleasure.